I know they're watching at the Riverside, California, at the Sire. Shout out to Isaiah Dienda, turned it on there at the local bar, and they got it in local bars in Norway, they got it in Ireland, across the United States. So let's party. Connor Shanahan, our most recent winner, going against three-time champion Frederick, the Norwegian Hammer Aasbo. On average, about 1,000 horsepower. Again, that BMW E36 initiating into that first outside zone, dragging the bumper on initiation. Both are filling the outside zone. Look at that. Frederick Aasbo really applying the pressure. He knows who he's going against, and he'd love to take him down. And Connor Shanahan said, I'm gonna win. That's what he said at halftime when I spoke to him, and he is feeling really confident. Again, coming off his most recent victory at our previous round of Orlando. But Aasbo says, look, put some respect on it. A three-time champ, gained some applause from the judges and us here in the booth. What a way to start top 16.
Woo! Better than I could have. What a way to start. Connor Shanahan already showing the dominance. Now, Frederick Aasbo in the chase could have been a little bit deeper through the first outside zone. Second outside zone, all Connor Shanahan. And look at Frederick Aasbo just flirting with the left foot brake as he's able to keep the car in the pocket the entire time. So smooth, so precise from both these drivers. Now, right through there, the little Norwegian shove as they go through outside zone 3. Oh,
is it Norwegian shove with like a hammer or horns or a skull?
Yeah, there you go. I like that. Yeah, big skull. Just incredible run from both of them right off the bat, and very, very precise. And this new aggression that we get here from the Norwegian driver is just great.
Yeah, the Norwegian nudge.
The Norwegian nudge.
There it is. Yeah, I'll give credit where credit is due. Brian Egger just shouted that one out. All right, so, and you talked about it in 32, how meticulous Connor Shanahan is, and he's like 3 transitions? Hold my beer, right? Because again, Shanahan, over the sea they have 7 or 8 transitions, but so I mean, I'll tell you, Frederick Aasbo is a weapon. Here we go, that Rockstar Energy Toyota GR Supra on the Minnows, and Shanahan drops into formation. We're on that second outside zone. There goes Frederick Aasbo. Shanahan digging that tire into the door, but that's what I like about Shanahan. Did he dig it in? Because he just goes right there in the pocket. Holy cow! I mean, let's go. Let's leave.
Oh man.
Let's leave.
Is this the finals?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Finals already?
Oh, I mean, wow.
Yeah, both of them absolutely pumped. 2 legends in their own right already. Look at this huge initiation from Frederick Aasbo. He started it last week, and Shanahan just able to hang with him the entire time. Goes super deep in outside zone 2 while keeping proximity. Starts to move up a little bit. Starts to push Norwegian Hammer around with tire marks on the door. Like, this is everything. Drifting right off the bat. Wow.
Yeah. That is so good. It's absolute. I'm flabbergasted.
It's so
I mean,
good.
it's not good for us to be speechless, but that's what we get paid for. Yeah. But overall, I mean, pick your jaw off the ground, dude.
I was giggling like a schoolgirl. I had to turn the mic off. Great.
Here we go. Right. This is where we are splitting hairs.
Yeah, it looks like Frederick Aasbo had a bit more proximity there through the first outside zone, second outside zone, very evenly matched. I'm flipping back and forth. I can't see a difference in the runs. Come through the inside clip, both of them pretty much spot on. And through our last outside zone, maybe.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, this is. I mean, I know which way I'm leaning.
Yeah, I think I got an idea too.
Yeah,
I know the fans want, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's wow. Where are my Aasbo fans at? Make some noise. Where are my Shanahan fans at? Make some noise. Where are my fans that want to see it go one more time?
Yeah, a few of those.
Yeah, got a few of those. We got signs out there. Look at the fans. It's a packed house. It's going to be a beautiful evening. And it's gonna get bonkers here. I tell you what, again, the Knapp family, call them the Knapp boys. And there's the Irish flag waving right next to the Norwegian flag. Look at that. Look at that's tandem. Yeah. They're in tandem while they're in tandem. The fans of all ages. Shanahan comes over, and it was a last-minute decision for him to come over and compete in Formula Drift.
Yeah, I mean, I got the phone call at like 7 p.m. on a Sunday night that said, "Hey, hang on to everything. Connor Shanahan's coming in."
You're talking about format because we debuted the new, basically the seating bracket, and with Shanahan re-entering the picture, it added to the numbers, so mathematically it changed things up.
Changed everything. I mean, not even just with that, it changed up my entire thought on the season and how this is all going to play out, and so many questions. And we're seeing, I mean, anybody who's like, okay, well, let's see how the champion from the other series does. I mean, he's showing why he's a champion, that's for sure.
Yeah, and you know, first, I've met him many moons ago, but meeting him in a different format, you know, it's great to see him here. So slide him left or slide him right and slide him right in the middle, and that's exactly what I thought. I mean, I mean, he's comfortable in it. He's looking good. He knows his track. He competes in the Gambler, and here we go. Oh, boy. Adam LZ goes to that first outside zone. Can't even see Jeff Jones. Buried in that smoke. Now going to that second big 183 outside zone 2. And now let's see how this transition goes into outside zone 3. Jeff Jones just pierces that smoke. Comes up a little bit short as Adam LZ digs deep in outside zone 3. That's a wrap on run 1 of this battle. It's always amazing to me, like I said, that how they come through, that's muscle memory.
Yeah, you can't see anything. It is all just based on timing. Adam LZ doing what he did to win last year, which is an amazing initiation to almost shake the driver off behind you. Jeff Jones does a good job to anticipate his spotters in his ear. Now, Jeff could have been a little bit deeper through that second outside zone. Through the inside clip, everything looks good. Now as they transition into the third outside zone, same thing. Jeff could have been a little bit closer, but look at how long Adam LZ is initiating for. And smooth. It is one fluid movement all the way through. That's textbook to what the judges are looking for. And yeah, Jeff Jones doing everything he can basically to keep up, but Adam very smooth out front, super committed to all the turns, and Jeff's doing a good job in the chase.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's tough. Yeah.
He was right there, I got to say, until that last outside zone 3.
Yeah.
But he still did, like I say, pierce through that smoke, and how he did that was really impressive. Just a little bit short. So Jeff Jones, he's feeling the flow right now. He's got that big drift energy, like it says on his roof. Here we go. Jeff Jones, that Evil Auto Works from Redlands, California. Oh, look at that. Okay, we're going to take a look at that. It looked like Adam LZ checked up, maybe a little too aggressive, had to back off as Jeff Jones, now in that second outside zone, Adam LZ massages it to the side of that Nissan 370Z of Jeff Jones. Now transition, how they manage this smoke here in outside zone 3. That angle doesn't show you exactly where Adam LZ's at, but right there at the end, you saw him right in that outside zone 3. Let's get that aerial view, the truth serum as we like to call it, the drone pilots, Aaron Jesse and Justin Smash up in the sky.
Yeah, so Adam tries to anticipate what Jeff is going to do and gets on the throttle maybe a little bit sooner than Jeff does. Now, he does make the correction to get back in the pocket. It is going to be a mistake. The judges aren't going to look at that. But he is able to salvage the rest of the run and looks pretty good doing it. Jeff Jones doing a good job through that second outside zone, just tapping that inside clip. And then through the third outside zone, I would have liked to see Jeff a bit deeper. He does get both wheels into that box, but not until later in the run. But yeah, Adam LZ very close to impeding the initiation of Jeff Jones there. Just wrangles it in time though, but in doing so, misses a large portion of that first outside zone. So
it was impressive how he did get back to the side of him going into outside zone 2.
Yeah.
He did collect a little bit of energy, and it seemed like he could surge forward and get to the side of him. That was slick, but all right, again, we don't call it, we just call the action.
It's very difficult when you make a mistake like that to try and collect yourself and then not make it look super obvious and do something crazy, drive straight. So Adam does do a good job to continue to use momentum and angle to get back into the battle, but in doing so, he did miss a very large portion of the first outside.
Look at this crowd out here, man. Hey, E-Town, stomp your feet. Let the world know. One of the best crowds. Stomp your feet on these bleachers. Let them hear you. Get that echo going across the globe. We got a little 2-1. This is the whiteboard judges over here. The whiteboards are coming out in droves this season. Here we go. Slide him left for Adam LZ, right for Jeff Jones. This guy might be right. Oh, yeah, you're wrong. But like again, James Dean and Shanahan. Here we are, Minowa and Gushi. Happy birthday to Minowa's dad. And here we go. Regardless, let's blow out those candles with the back end of some Toyotas. Here we go. That is almost identical. Minowa leads out front in Juku Racing at GT Radio 86. Now coming in again at Jerry Yang, and then got the Creddy 86 out back into that second outside zone. Minowa is leading. Oh, we got the tire fire. Hopefully it extinguishes. Again, a lot of tire particulates underneath the vehicle, and the vapor, poof, just combust that thing out back. So Minowa and Gushi, looks like it just extinguished itself, so looks like we're all right. But Pretty straightforward battle. Anything stand out to you, Jacob?
Yeah, Minowa is using every single inch of the track all the way through this run. Look at that, right on the edge of the first outside zone. Now we get into the second outside zone. A little bit of a left foot brake to get the back end of the car around him. Look at that. He's got his right rear tire on the edge of it the entire way through the second outside zone. Ken Gushi in the chase doing a good job, but does have a bobble here through that third outside zone where Minowa once again just painting the line with the right rear tire. It's crazy.
That overhead view is just such, we call it the truth, it's just such an indicator. It's a tell sign of what's going on here. And you're right, look at Minowa. Like boom, like glue, I mean Velcro, whatever analogy you want to use, he is stuck to it, man.
I don't understand how he has such good vehicle spatial awareness this early. It doesn't make sense that he knows exactly where that wheel is. And he gave,
simulator.
Yeah.
But that's not physical.
I know, it's crazy. And he gave Ken Gushi every opportunity to tuck into the pocket, and Ken was just a little bit hesitant. And that might be what it is that takes Ken out here. But Ken, OG, he knows what to do.
Absolutely, the Jedi and the Padawan, right? Here we go, Ken Gushi out front, tip to tail, and they go in sideways. Oh, Minowa had a very aggressive initiation. You saw he kind of backed off. These guys have done battle in Japan before, but Minowa wants to take him out here. He has the proximity. He's not mimicking the angle. You can see how aggressive Minowa is. Maybe he's being too aggressive against putting some respect on it and saying like, hey, Gushi, I know, but I mean, great proximity, just not dropping back and getting that angle.
Yeah, it almost seemed like a little bit of inexperience. You know you've got such a massive advantage here. Why throw it like that? I mean, that was sick. Don't get me wrong. It's basically a backy, but that's not what we're looking for here. It's cool, but that's not what we're looking for. Ken Gushi, very stable though. Second outside zone of Minowa right here, just being far too aggressive, not diving in when he should be. And I don't know if it's a little bit of just anger or something going on. But it does. He still has a lot to learn. He's a phenomenal driver, but he might have let his emotions get the best of him.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd love, for Lorette, just go ahead, go ask him right now.
Yeah.
Like what happened there? Because, he might be on the sim, and I'm sure he practices chases. But you talk about spatial awareness, but that's a no-brainer right there for me. A great lead run for Minowa, but in the chase, you got to do. Called him the Shadows, gave him the nickname, and because he is just shadowing that lead car wherever they go. So let's see, Shanahan out front. The Red Bull Garageistic BMW, Aasbo, the Rockstar Energy Drink Toyota GR Supra. Coming out of the gate, swinging. There goes Shanahan. Once again, right there into that outside zone. Aasbo. See that transition there, he finds the pocket, a little shallow, but then you can see him now navigating, massaging the car to the side of that BMW now, past that inside clip. Aasbo backing off just so swiftly. Ooh, and it backs off way too much, shuts it down. Freddie, the three-time champion, shuts it down on that last outside zone. Got too aggressive.
Just too much sauce, man.
Oh, man, burnt the meatloaf. Ma, meatloaf, what you doing back there? Oh, no.
All right, let's see. So, Shanahan, very similar initiation to before, fills all of the first outside zone. Aasbo doing everything, mirroring, and now a little bit shallow for the second outside zone, just like attacking. Just very, very much attacking Connor Shanahan through this section. He's being very smooth. Oh, what a transition, though. And then right there, that was it. He just dove in at the wrong time, and I don't know if there's a mechanical. I haven't heard of anything like that, but yeah, it just seems to have dove in at the incorrect time. But this transition is sick. Oh, I love it.
Almost caught the nose. Almost caught that nose.
Yeah.
That Supra beak. That's got him in trouble before.
Yeah,
if you remember Field and Aasbo, Long Beach.
Just the tiniest
beak.
of boops. That's it.
Boop the snoot. All right. Frederick Aasbo really needs to step it up here, but he knows he has Shanahan. Like I said, the shadow. Early adopted, I was born in it, he says. So here we go. Frederick Aasbo, the Rockstar, Toyota GR Supra, Nitto tires, into that first outside zone. Shanahan, the transitions, man, it just happens, and he just goes right there to the side. And look, he's gonna grind that door like a die grinder. Now transition once again. Again, not as close, but look at this. Oh my, what? Oh, it's identical. Compare the leads.
Alrighty then.
Wow.
Just when you thought it was
Look at these guys both throw their hands up like, what did we just do?
But
what? WTF, right?
When you're pushing this hard, when you're chasing perfection run after run, something has to give. It just happens they both gave at the exact same spot.
Oh my gosh, that is almost comical. It is comical, I'm just gonna say it. That was hilarious. I mean, we just saw that mint first battle, and then now both of them messed up on the identical spot.
All right, let's see.
Lead versus lead.
Aasbo does a really good job to the first outside zone. Now as we transition out, second outside zone, Aasbo got one wheel in. Now he gets two wheels in, starts to push in a little bit deeper. And you can see Shanahan just ever so slightly kissing his tire against his door. And then right here goes wheel on wheel, and that's it. Very similar, both them aggressive in transition, both of them diving in almost at the wrong spot, and just same outcome, just in two different ways.
And I gotta think that now you default to lead versus lead. We're gonna see a side-by-side. So Shannon, it's about the lead because, again, chases, they both blew it at the same spot. Now lead, where you place your car, your rate to angle on your transition, meaning the expedience of getting that car countered. Watch, so Connor on the left, watch him transition, boom. Freddie transitions as well. Who did, I mean, we're splitting hairs once again. I mean, this is millimeters.
I see one zone where Connor looked better. I see another zone
where Freddie looked better.
And then the last zone.
Connor's got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
These guys.
I love this. I love it.
Yeah, what a battle. What are they saying to each other?
Right now, I mean, I'm not even going to do an Irish accent, but it's probably like, I can't believe we just did that. Like, what did you do? What'd you do? I know what I mean. You're going around, and I tried to go after you, but I was pushing really hard, and I don't know what happened. Oh, man.
Here we go. Slide him left or slide him right. We got it one more time. One more time. So I think we're going to run through all of the other battles, and there'll be the last battle. They're just going to go, come on, are you not entertained? Yeah, what are you doing, Connor? Earlier took out Kazuya to Gushi. Odie comes out swinging, no cones hit, no restart. We got a clean start here. Odie Bakchis comes in, Ryan Tuerck sets it in. Look at that. That approach, he delayed, but then it put it in the pocket, but then he has to back off. So here he is just squirming his way through that second outside zone. Odie Bakchis, look at those white wheels showcasing how minimal mistakes, if any at all. Now going that third and final outside zone. Ryan Tuerck goes in and then has to back out. So, you know, maybe the temperature's dropping, the cars are gripping up, the tires are losing traction, but it's just all this combination of, you know, what's the car doing, the dynamicism of the vehicle, and getting that side by and getting that forward push.
Yeah, Tuerck he pushes really hard, but he just ever so slightly. He is able to reclaim everything again, though. Odie Bakchis out to that second outside zone. Both wheels planted firmly in there. We do see some corrections to the front wheels, but that's just to keep it inside the zone. And now Tuerck here through this last outside zone does straighten up just a touch to try and keep the proximity in it, but I mean, Odie looked good. He looked stable, and Tuerck just looked hungry and aggressive. And what I'm expecting now is Tuerck to do the same thing in the lead. I'm expecting a big push from Tuerck out front, and we'll see if Odie's able to respond.
Absolutely. You know, Tuerck wants to do it, you know, in front of his East Coast fans.
There's a little pressure there.
Yeah, of course. Like you said, had his wife, had his son down there at the driver introduction, and now going to introduce Odie Bakchis to the side of his Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla. And there you go into that first outside zone. Odie Bakchis, he falls back, so kind of mimicking what Ryan did. But Ryan, look at that thing, that wheel just bouncing around. You can see him there. Odie Bakchis grinding the door. Now that final outside zone, let's see how they manage. Ryan Tuerck, that angle shows you low. And need that overhead on that outside zone 3.
Yeah.
And see where Odie was. It looked like Tuerck was riding on the outside edge, but Odie might have been a little shallow. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, wow, Odie very close at initiation there, but Tuerck does a good job to the first outside zone. As they transition up, Odie is in very deep on the inside, Tuerck very deep on the outside. Little bit of a touch there. Tuerck able to get things going, and now Odie almost pushing him wider so he doesn't take two wheels to the inside flip. And then through this section here, very reminiscent of the previous run. So a mistake there from Odie Bakchis, but Yeah, there's a few spots here where it's just overly aggressive. I mean, we talked about the track being a little bit colder. It means it does get a little bit grippier, so the cars have a tendency to dart forward a little bit more. So these are things that the teams are aware of at this level. With these, especially on both of these teams, they know how to make these adjustments. But there's going to be a lot more adjustments being made after this run. That's for sure.
See right there, grinding. Yeah, the Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla, the Rockstar Energy Pilot. You can see that battle wound on that back door of this hot hatchback, making the jump, running the same motor that Frederick Aasbo's in that Toyota Supra. So anybody thinking that, oh, that's cute, it's a little hatchback. It's got 1,000 horsepower. Slide him left for Odie Bakchis, or right for Ryan Tuerck. There's 1 vote, 2 votes. Looks like Odie Bakchis, for a championship, and figure he's occupied as well. I talked about, what was it, steering pump or water pump was going out? Water pump, what it was. Wow, James Dean saw some sparks there, flying underneath now, going in that first outside zone. The 3-time champ leads RCP, the garage district BMW. What a great transition. Oh, and RCP shuts it down. RCP has issues going to that second outside zone. James Dean continues on into that last outside zone. RCP tries to salvage a run, but that's going to be an incomplete for him in that chase position. What a bummer for RCP. James Dean has got to be smiling a little bit.
Yeah, so the big thing I'm looking for here is James Dean decelling in the correct area. First outside zone looks great for both of them. Second outside zone, I mean, it does look like James Dean is still on the throttle there at that point. Might have to go check a few more, but just Rome very, very aggressive in the chase, but you have to be. The only way you're going to be able to take out James Dean is if you are aggressive. And that is what Rome's trying to do here. You can see just how dynamic these Mustangs are, how they're moving around on track. But yeah, it looks like Rome came in hot. And maybe the overhead again would clarify exactly where that slowdown is. But I think we run the next battle, see what happens. If we need to come back to this, we'll check it out at that point.
Absolutely. And James, seems like he's really figured out that Ford Mustang, getting the victory in Long Beach after just such a tumultuous week leading up to it, catching fire, the rain coming down and getting the win. But RCP is looking really great in this new build of his, handing the keys. Looked like a little tire drop on that back left there for Rome Charpentier. Now transitioning into, you can see that second outside zone. Looks like James Dean's playing a little safe here, given that maybe RCP's got a little bit of a tickle in his throat, and he's got a cough there, running not 100%, so you want to save the car, also save the opportunity, because with that, what I would call a demon incomplete, you can see Rome pulling up there next to James, probably giving his flowers.
Yeah, so Rome, I mean, goes super, super deep. They're almost 2 wheels off to the first outside zone. And then James Dean here in the chase. One of the things I really like that he's starting to do a bit more in the chase is not necessarily scrubbing angle to get proximity, but trying to mirror that angle all the way through. And that is something the judges are really looking for. Proximity is great, but they do want you to match the angle. They want the cars to basically look parallel going through the run. So, yeah, James Dean, I mean, he is willing to adapt. We've written rules for James Dean. He still gets around him.
Yeah, all right, well, there it is. James Dean gets the win the 3 times since he got knocked out. He's going to be cheering on Connor Shanahan, and they got to get that car up to snuff. Here we go, Connor Shanahan. This is our second one more time battle, the third battle between Shanahan, 2 champions going against each other. Again, from across the pond, you got Norway against Ireland. Look at that, Freddie not leaving anything to chance, not leaving the judges' hands, as Connor Shanahan, garage-istic BMW, that lasted final. This is where they had the issues before. Not right now. Freddie says, nope, not today, not again. Wow.
They're just getting better, too. Like, they're getting...
like fine wine.
More dialed in. I mean, this is... oh, man, this is going to be a problem. So, Connor Shanahan, big initiation. Once again, Frederick Aasbo mirrors the angle. Gets almost as deep as Connor Shanahan does. Now as we get to the second outside zone, now you see, look at that. Absolutely perfect in the chase there. The slightest little tap, which is, I mean, that's cool by me. And as we get into our last outside zone where they had the problems before, no issues now. Like, man. Connor Shanahan has to be, they both have to be perfect once again in this run. That's all there is to it at this point.
Yep, yeah, this needs to be flawless. I mean, I'm telling you, we might just rip through all the other battles. We're going to go back to them as the last battle.
Getting close.
Yeah, I mean, it's somebody, this is where you don't leave the judge's hands. You know, Frederick Aasbo currently sits 4th in points. Connor Shanahan sits 11th. He did miss a round. He missed Atlanta. Here we go. In that first outside zone, goes Frederick Aasbo. Shanahan, watch the transition. Boom, right there, right to the side. Bonkers. Absolutely insane. He just almost touched tip to tail and didn't rip off a bumper. And there we go, transitioning once again. Oh boy, Shanahan, gonna need to see that overhead. He does have that proximity, but did he mimic the angle? We're gonna need to see that overhead first. I mean, this is crazy. That transition was, you're like, ooh, like that was so sick.
Yeah, so Shanahan actually gives a little bit of rope there, and then right here through that transition, there was nothing. There was no space between them as he comes through. Now, the only note I have here for Shanahan, I mean, he's got all the proximity in the world, but isn't matching the angle that Frederick Aasbo did in the same way that Aasbo was when he was in the chase. That's the only difference that I see it. He does have arguably more proximity, but he doesn't quite have the same level of angle. But look at this. So good.
Is he saying, you got this? Is he saying, you got this? Make some noise for him. Shanahan and Freddie. Yeah, I mean, this is a finals battle. Make some noise for him, New Jersey, and across the globe, across the pond, across the world. Shanahan and Aasbo.
So taking a look at the leads, both of them super deep for that first section. Aasbo might have had a bit more proximity. Now, as we get into the second outside zone, leads look almost identical. The only difference is there's like maybe a little bit less angle here or there. And then, yeah, Shanahan maybe wasn't as deep to
Shanahan's chase, and from that angle, that's what I suspected. But Shanahan just outside of that third outside zone. I mean, this is one for the books, man. I mean, this is one of the best Formula Drift runs and battles we have seen in the history of Formula Drift. What are we thinking, guys? We thinking Connor Shanahan? Are we thinking Frederick Aasbo? Or should we go one more time?
Connor's like, I don't know about that.
Shanahan's ready to fight. Shaking it down like his fellow Irishman, Conor McGregor. Here we go, slide him left or slide him right. Frederick Aasbo gets the win. What a battle. All right, well, I mean, did we peak in 16? I don't know.
Like, shark, man, we jumped the shark.
Here we go. You know what Forsberg and Hurst say? Nope, watch this. Hold my NOS. Boom, Chris Forsberg initiates that all-new Nissan Z, the Nissan Nismo NOS energy drink vehicle on GT Radio. This is the home track. So, and look at Jonathan Hurst, the Mr. Cool Cadillac. Great angle from Chris the Fourth Forsberg, three-time champ. Goes past an inside clip. Jonathan Hurst takes it out. You want to nudge it at minimum. And there we go. Just past an inside at the outside zone 3. Wow. Wow, still buzzing off that battle between Aasbo and Shanahan.
All the adrenaline I can take, man. I'm here for it. Look at that. Chris Forsberg, big initiation there, and Jonathan Hurst could have been a little bit closer, a little bit deeper through that zone. As we start to push through this section, you can see that Jonathan Hurst is trying. He wants to get in there a little bit deeper, but doesn't want to attack too aggressively. And then through our third outside zone, Hurst transitions a bit early, and it causes him to take the inside line through that section. But Chris Forsberg does everything he needs to do out in the lead. Fills all the zones, good angle, you know, good rate to angle. Everything looks nice and snappy. Hurst could have cleaned it up a little bit in the chase, but Hurst out in the lead, I mean, he's thrown down some heaters before.
Yeah, Hurst, you know, he had to get here via the bracket battles.
Yep.
And the way he was driving the other night was really, really good. You know, coming off of grid life fun events, he's having a lot of fun. He's smiling all the way. He's having a blast. And Forsberg, he said he leveled up. He made some changes. We'll see if those changes work out for him here at his home track. And there we go, Jonathan Hurst initiating in that first outside zone. I believe he didn't get all the way out there. Car ripped up, and there goes Chris Forsberg. You can see him. He is getting the proximity, maybe giving himself a little bit of room because, whoa, there we go into the smoke. It looks like Jonathan Hurst does place it again. Forsberg's got that proximity, but not exactly mimicking the angle. But you know, I think he was kind of tiptoeing. You know, it was kind of cautious going in that chase position.
Well, I mean, you know Jonathan Hurst is going to throw down a really, really fast run. It is what he is known for, big, aggressive, and quick as anybody out on the grid. But yeah, he does not fill out that full first outside zone, and it takes him a little bit to sink into the second outside zone, where Chris Forsberg leaves about a car width between the two, and then here starts to pull in to try and get that proximity a little bit closer. You know, Forsberg doesn't really fill all of the third outside zone in the chase. Hurst does in that case, but I do think there are a couple errors on either side. Both drivers do need to clean things up just a bit.
All right, slide him left, slide him right, and it looks like Chris Forsberg gets the win. Some big moves from him. A lot of confidence in the Sorensen camp right now. Here we go, Brandon Sorensen out front, that United States Air Force BMW, big initiation from him. Didn't go as deep as I anticipated, allowing that comp cam's Corvette. Oh, and Brandon, again, this is, you know, for the move. So here we go, Brandon Sorensen in that Air Force BMW, allowing Taylor Hull to have great proximity. I don't think Taylor Hull's fully reaping the awards or rewarding, you know, himself on that. Yeah, not the prettiest. Both these guys could definitely tighten it up. Let's take a look at it again.
Yeah, not as smooth from Brandon there. I mean, he's been a little bit, yeah, just smoother in general. Right there, kind of herky-jerky as they try to get into the second outside zone. Now, Taylor does do a good job here. We would like to see him either right on his door or mirroring that angle. He's not doing either, really. Brandon does clean things up through the second half, the second outside zone and the third zone, but first outside zone, yeah, it just looked a little weird, and then took a bit to light off the tires there going into the second.
You know, and I say all these things just candidly, but Taylor Hull, a great dude, love his energy. He's got the cowboy hat. You know, it's the whole feel, the Dale Earnhardt homage livery. Brandon Sorensen, a young talent. You know, just I know they have it in them. That's where it's like,
yeah.
Go, drive your expectation, fill that cup, let's go. Put on a show. Taylor Hull, full pole comp cams, Corvette, initiates into that first outside zone. Looks like he does fill it. Brandon Sorensen, he's in tow and has the proximity. Now you can see him trying to dig that wheel into his door, mimicking it. There you go. Looks like he throws it sideways, does mimic that angle very well, has to back off. Now in that transition, now in that final outside zone, a lot more refined from both the drivers in lead and chase, Hull and Sorensen. Let's take a look at it again here, Jacob.
Yeah, it definitely looked a little cleaner. Maybe some nerves are gone, but Taylor Hull does initiate quite early, and then Brandon Sorensen doesn't quite get to where he needs to go at that section. I will say that it looks like Taylor Hull does fill the second outside zone maybe a little bit better, a little bit earlier, but Brandon Sorensen is keeping the angle. He's matching. He's basically putting his front wheel at the rear wheel of Taylor Hull through that section, and then through the third outside zone, both drivers look good. So it is going to come down to the mistakes made through the first outside zone and bits of this second outside zone.
Look at that race face there.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a chance to chat with him as well, and I mean, we were talking, he's like, I know I can drive hard against Brandon Sorensen, and
boom, he got it done out front. So Taylor Hull, full pole, gets it done, and he goes on into the Great Eights. All right, throw it. I got some too, not right now, but I definitely rocked them. And then Lean Customs. Shout out to Lean Customs. Here we go. Chase him down. Dylan Hughes, that Permatex BMW. Ooh, aggressive initiation, backs that thing in. You hear the beeps like a dump truck into that second outside zone. And look at that. This great composure, good posture there from Matt Field. And you can see Dylan the Dozer Hughes, again, pierces that smoke into that final outside zone. Wow, great battle there. Great battle. Just really clean, sterile. You know, it was great unit of measure watching Aasbo and Shanahan out of the gate because, you know, it's what we can anticipate.
Yeah, love this initiation from Matt Field, just how snappy it is, how he gets the car out and just holds it there through our second outside zone. You know, Dylan behind does a great job mirroring pretty much everything. Not super consistent through it. He does have to make some corrections to get to where he needs to be, but Matt Field doing a phenomenal job through all the zones in the lead. I mean, he's filling everything. He's getting into the zone exactly when he needs to. Transitions look good. Just a couple little wobbles here and there from Dylan Hughes.
You know, we'd like to see him grind on the door, but if you can close without smashing into him, I think that's kudos. That shows composure. That shows, you know, just obviously driving prowess. So you don't necessarily need to bang doors in order to show that you're right there. It's always cool to just rip surge and just get right there in that pocket, and you don't necessarily have to grind on the door.
Yeah, you don't want to use them as like a, I mean, we talk about using them as a moving clipping point, but like you don't want to bounce off them, right?
Yep, exactly. I mean, even that our one and only inside front clip, we would ideally like you not to hit it. You know, it's a reference, and you know, it's always cool when they glance it and it just do like, you know, basically it's the bumper eating the bumper.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Dylan Hughes out front, the dozer through that start chicane. Matt Field, look at him diving in on the inside, straight line approach for Matt Field. Here goes. Oh boy, what was that? Matt Field, sparks everywhere. Looks like he lost. Something came off. I believe a wheel came off. That's going to be a, yeah, look at the wheel. It's about, Dylan's about to run into it. Wow, there it is.
Okay. How was it? Wow.
Oh, gutted. What the heck happened? It looked like the lugs just sheared off. Oh, man.
Yeah, we have seen this before. I mean, Jonathan Hurst last year in Utah, similar situation, just throws a bunch angle, it digs in and shears off some lugs or, wow.
It was, I mean, straight line approach. He initiated, the car just jumped, and yeah, that was.
Looked like he's okay. That's going to shake you pretty bad, though.
Yeah, I mean, when it stops just that abruptly, you know, it goes straight to brake rotor. You know, and poor Matt, you know, this is the second part of this run. Make some noise for him, Matt Field.
Glad he's
okay. Glad he's okay. Car, just.
Golly gee willikers.
Oh, dude, you feel for him. You know, he's a real, watch this, championship contender.
I like how he stays on the inside like this, though. It's a really, really smart move. But right here, is there any contact, anything?
Nope. No.
Nothing. Just so much shear force on that wheel.
Ooh.
Like so much side bite in the car that it's just, it's snapping those studs off. Wow.
All right, wreckers or checkers, and watch this.
I love that initiation, though. It's so smart.
He was on it.
Yeah,
he was on it.
But by staying inside, you can see when they initiate, do it at the same time, and then and be in the pocket. Oh man, I'm actually shocked no one else has tried that. I mean, I'd be taking notes for sure right now, going, that's a good way to do that.
What?
Just the way he's able to stay closer to the wall.
Yeah.
So that way, when Dylan initiates, he can be slightly behind him and do it. See what I mean?
Yeah, no, I noticed that out of the gate. I was like, wow, he is really on the wall.
Oh man.
Wow.
If that would have held up, man, that would have been crazy. It's risky, but it looks great.
Again, glad he's okay. Let's make it official. Dylan Hughes gets the win and advances on, rounding out and forging our Tuerck Motors. Well, as we are seeing Frederick Aasbo coming off the back-to-back battles, Freddie in that Rockstar Energy Toyota GR Supra. Like Adam said, want to go against Shanahan, but you're going to have to get through Frederick Aasbo here. Initiating in that first outside zone. Here goes Adam LZ into that first outside zone. Good transition there. Looks like Freddie backing off just a little bit there. And you see a little left foot break into that front inside clip. And now transitioning into that last outside zone. Adam LZ drops in. Freddie a little late to that last outside zone. Kind of surprised by that. All right, yeah, there's little hesitation there on Freddie's side of the car.
Yeah, and I mean, so Adam's initiation here doesn't go quite as deep as I was expecting it through that first outside zone. Kind of leaves the zone a bit early. Now through the second one, does a great job and gets in there, gets to angle really quick, makes a few adjustments, but Freddie not as deep as Adam is through that section. Now they come to the inside clip, and then as they transition out, Adam does a good job to fill all of it, and Freddie, this is kind of what we were talking about, maybe doesn't have the same proximity, but is mirroring the angle perfectly.
What is that glowing?
I am not sure.
Whoa, it says something. Can't read it.
Camera guys.
Too bright.
Maybe I'm concerned about what.
Yeah, I think it has. Yeah, it might. Yeah.
We may not want to know.
Yeah, may not want. This is a kids show. Okay?
Yeah.
It's a family show. Kids of all ages. All right, Frederick Aasbo will now lead. Adam LZ will chase him down. Let's see. A brake light from Adam LZ. See that?
Saw that.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
That's very interesting. All right, you can see the Excel diesel lights really standing out. Those Type S lights on the windshield here. Now into that second outside zone. Look at there, Adam LZ. He's not backing down. He is right there, shadowing Frederick Aasbo. Adam LZ, like I said, he is capable of winning here, and he did last year at E-Town. Interesting.
Yeah.
What was the brake light on start? It was like he was dragging.
I mean, it is possible he was brake boosting, where you put a little bit of brake in it to load the engine up. I doubt it, but it's possible. So, Frederick Aasbo, great jump through that first outside zone. Now, Adam gets very aggressive through the rest of the track here. Looks really good through the second one, and you know he's got the proximity, he's got the depth in that, and Frederick Aasbo doing a good job through the rest of that zone. We flip back here to the beginning so you can see what the initiation's like from the drone view and kind of get a bit more of a comparison to the line. I mean, this really does show you who's filling out the zone and who's not. You can see there, like Frederick Aasbo gets all of the second outside zone. Through the inside clip, things look good. Transition looks great. And Adam just not quite as close to the third outside zone. So each one of them's got a few things that they need to clean up there, but overall good run from both of them.
Yeah, just interesting. I was expecting and anticipating a more aggressive battle there, just coming off that counter, because we know Adam is capable of it, and I think they're both being a little timid.
Yeah, I think so. And it looks like Forsberg did have a better first outside zone. Adam gets into the second outside zone a little bit sooner. The chase here looks pretty comparable, maybe a couple notes here or there. So we transition through, get into our third outside zone. They're pretty close, but Adam's a little bit further back. That's about it. I mean, just a few small notes. It's tough now because like we've watched perfection over and over again, but you start to see these very, very small mistakes, and they're not even really mistakes. It's just not a full opportunity. You're not utilizing every single part of the track.
Right. All right, we're still waiting for the verdict. Judges still conversing pretty heavily here. But here we go. Slide him left or slide him right. Right for Frederick Aasbo. One more time, and one more.
I will argue this to my death. I think that we had one of the best cars all weekend, no doubt about it. And I owe that to the boys. They got me there, and all I had to do was keep my foot down. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Lorette. Thank you, Matt. And talking about studs, there's some up here in the booth. There's some down there on the track. All right, here we go. Bakchis, that field suspension S15. Ken Gushi passed that inside clip, says we can. Oh boy. Oh, one goes that way, one goes that way. Oh, little wonky there. Again, Gushi came up short. Odie went into the dirt. Let's take a look at that again here, Mr. Getz.
Yeah, all right, Odie, good initiation. It does it really, really early on, sets the car to angle, and Gushi not quite prepared for it. Taking an inside line through the majority of this run, and you can see a little bit of left foot braking there from Bakchis. You see that smoke coming out from the front tire. So he's doing that just to hold the car back and keeping it in the zone, but Gushi really playing on the inside of it, and oh man, Odie pushing really hard, almost went too wide.
Ready to go back on the line, and lights extinguished, and we are good to go. And no cones hit. Comes out in that 2J86, initiates. Something flew off the car right there in that first outside zone. Hits it and quits it, doesn't let it hang out. Now in that second outside zone, you can see, looks like he might be fighting the car a little bit. You can see the left foot brake. Bakchis gets into the side of him, now into that inside clip, into the final outside zone. And across the line. All right, so fender, bumper, look at this thing. And
yeah, Odie got real aggressive there. I mean, he was obviously chasing as hard as he could, throwing bumpers away, and I mean, looks like a headlight maybe.
Yeah, that's Odie's headlight shield.
Yeah, it's a yard sale here for the Bakchis camp. So Ken, like, the initiation was interesting. I like to see the fade when he's right in the middle of the track when he does it, so he has to take more of a triangle approach in and out. He's not able to get the sweep around with it. Now Ken here just barely keeping both wheels through the outside zone number 2, and then through the transition, he starts to go a little bit deeper, and Odie, I mean, almost pushing past him in spots there. So Ken's it just wasn't all, cleared up. It wasn't all perfect, but showing like a villain.
Hey, thanks for coming out. Chilling like a villain. That's right, like Bob Dylan on penicillin. Thank you, guys. Thank you to the fans for joining us out here. What a crowd, man. What a crowd.
Oh, it's packed.
It is absolutely packed. So thank you, tri-state area. Got fans, from Maryland, from New York, from obviously New Jersey. So, and got fans from all across the globe. So tuning in. There's Freddie, signature Bandit helmet. Rocking that since day one. All right, here we go. Sliding left for Bakchis, so right for Ken Gushi. And yeah, just unfortunately, Ken Gushi had too many mistakes. Bakchis He had some mistakes, I'll tell you that. And again, he's got to get prepped because he's going against the judges. It went 2-1, but again, majority rules. So one more time for Frederick Aasbo and Adam LZ. Adam LZ piloting his BMW E36, Drift HQ, Breezy. And on the other side of the lane, you got Frederick, the Norwegian Hammer Aasbo from Norway, that Rockstar Engineering Toyota GR Supra on Nitto tires. Adam LZ looks like Frederick Aasbo initiates almost the identical same time. That might hurt him, but no, he gets back. You can see him transition, let Adam transition right in front of him, and then he regains that position in that second outside zone. Now they're going to approach that inside clip. Boom, Adam LZ bumps it out of the way with that front left headlight. And now in that last and final outside zone, Frederick Aasbo with good proximity tucking into the smoke.
Yeah, Adam getting more aggressive, throwing more angle, just taking more risks in general as they come through this track. So he's realized to take out Frederick Aasbo, he's got to try some new things. You can see it there. Big angle in, gets on the throttle at the perfect time to push all the way through that zone. Now Frederick Aasbo not quite as deep as Adam LZ, using all the track. You see a couple corrections, see that brake light flashing on, indicating that he's trying to left foot brake or keep the car under control. As we come to the last outside zone, Frederick Aasbo does a phenomenal job in the chase, but look at this. Right there, we talked about how Matt Field could he use that inside technique on initiation, and we see Frederick Aasbo utilize it on the very next run. And Adam LZ, I mean, he's as you said, he's put down so many runs here. He knows how to do it.
Yep.
What's interesting is seeing him attack the track differently. Throw more angle on transition, throw more angle on initiation. You're not going to be able to outrun Frederick Aasbo, but you might be able to outstyle him.
Okay. Yeah, and again, that goes back to, you know, the robot mechanics of Frederick Aasbo, but, you know, you never know. Yeah, I mean, now he's got the clean air. He said, Jacob, he might have heard you. All right, out style, you want to see some style? Oh, and Adam LZ, he throws it in aggressively. He took that Matt Field line, tuck it on the inside, and then drops into formation. And look at, there we go, Adam LZ, he's going to grind. He's going to try to bang the door of the three-time champ. And again, Adam LZ passed that inside clip of Frederick Aasbo. He's putting the car in the right place. There's a little left foot brake there. Both those guys tapping the brakes into that last outside zone. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking, Jacob? What stood out?
I love seeing that both chase drivers, when they're swapping around, but both drivers in the chase are filling the entire zone behind it. Like, look at that. Adam and Freddie are both filling the zones, and that's what we want to see. Now, Adam could have been slightly deeper, but he is taking some out just to get that proximity there, but he's got the door on the side of that Rockstar Energy Supra. Look at this. You can see Adam almost fighting with the wheel a little bit, trying to both get grip into the car to get the forward bite, but take grip out of the car so you don't slam into him. Like, there's so many inputs going on. It's absolutely wild.
Just wanted to pivot right on center axis.
Yeah.
You know, mimic the angle, but then get the car to come back. And yeah, what a shot here. What a great shot. All right. The fans have spoken online. They're saying that these battles are better than Orlando, man. Yeah, they're saying 78% are saying, yep, we like this right now. E-Town's firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, I think both of their lead runs are great, so it's probably going to come down to more of the chase side of things, where Frederick Aasbo does miss a big section of the outside zone too, and then through here, Adam is super deep, and Freddie's not quite as deep. First outside zone looked pretty even. Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I can spot there.
Yeah, and, you know, just to think, you know, this has got to be a confidence booster for Adam LZ. You know, he won here last year in a Ford Mustang, so he's very capable. So slide him left for Adam, right for Frederick Aasbo, and Adam LZ gets the win. LZ gets and Christopher Forsberg. Let's see another battle of the ages. Let's make more history. I'll tell you what. James Dean, Chris Forsberg. James Dean will lead. Forsberg giving chase. James Dean in that first outside zone, gets all the way out there, tucks in as Chris Forsberg. Let's see if he can get that bike and get right in that pocket. And he does. He gets all the way out there. You can see very similar to how Adam LZ was navigating Frederick Aasbo. You saw that angle. You saw him get in the pocket. Transitioning a little fire, a little backfire underneath the vehicle into that last outside zone. James is deep. Chris just couldn't get it all the way out there. A good effort by both drivers.
Yeah, I think the RTR camp has dialed in something special here. Wait till you see how dynamic this RTR is, how it's bouncing around, how it's lifting wheels. Matt Field talked about these cars almost wheeling. You can see it here with the RTR as he just digs in, filling all those zones. And now Chris Forsberg doing a great job. I mean, when you've got a lead like that in front of you, it's easy to be able to put it on the door, but it is not super easy to be able to fight through all the smoke that the Nitto tires are putting down at this point. This is absolutely crazy. So Chris Forsberg there on the initiation, because he took that inside line, he's not able to fill that first outside zone, but James Dean, I mean, he's putting it down. He's laying down these incredible runs. So the only mistake I saw was Chris Forsberg on initiation, just not able to do it. Maybe a touch there, might come into play later, may not.
Yep,
Yeah.
we'll see. Again, James, a lot of confidence after winning the first round in Long Beach. Again, James leading the pack. Chris Forsberg currently 12th in the standings. Chris Forsberg now in front. The Nissan, Nismo, NOS Energy, all new Z on those GT radial tires. Transitions through. James Dean cuts through the smoke on the transition into that second outside zone. You can see James Dean you can see him just kind of lunging forward. Now transitioning, let's see how they handle this. And right there into that final outside zone. James even a little deeper than Chris Forsberg, so I know Forsberg made some changes to his vehicle and his setup. I don't know if that was the magic special sauce that he needed. Let's take a look once again at the replay.
All right, Chris Forsberg again. I mean, he's got a lot of grip dialed into this car, and you can see it. So he gets on the initiation, gets on throttle, but does not get super deep to that first outside zone. Now James gets the proximity, and now he starts to sink back into that zone. He's really pushing things. He's trying to push the fight. You can see it there, those little dives to make sure that he's got the proximity, but he's not actually getting the car far enough back. Chris Forsberg does leave the third outside zone, maybe a touch too early, but James Dean in the chase does have some spots where you can see just how aggressive he is. And here's the thing, with these RTRs, they are smooth when they're always on throttle. When they come off throttle, they've got a lot of dynamic toe, and you can see a lot of it. I mean, literally those rear wheels are moving in and out as the car is on and off throttle, and it's a handful.
Yep, all right, well, guess what? Somebody else is gonna have to go. Jacob wrote it down as Brandon, but fortunately for Brandon, it is Taylor Hull. Taylor Hull, whoa, buddy! That initiation, that thing gripped up, shot on the inside, and Dylan Hughes out front. He needs to continue on, but man, Taylor Hull, he was like, "Hey, I'm up here." Like, what are you doing there? You shouldn't be there. That could have been really, really bad. That could have got south real quick. That Comp Cam's Corvette, but Dylan Hughes navigates the course, pretty spot on. Filled all the zones, navigated, transition properly, and that's going to be a big advantage for Dylan Hughes.
Yeah, when I was chatting with Taylor Hall's team earlier, they said they were fighting a couple of issues, and they thought they'd figured it out. This looks very similar to the issue that we saw earlier on, and I'm not quite sure if they've got it completely sorted, but Dylan Hughes out in the lead looks great, and Taylor Hall is just doing everything he can to salvage the rest of this run. Real rough there on initiation. Just looks like he's not putting down quite enough wheel speed. I mean, it's possible they're down on power or something is going on. That's kind of what it looks like. Because on initiation, it looks like he tries to light the tires up again. It doesn't quite go, but he did initiate at the incorrect spot. That's really what it looks like there. But
yeah.
Dylan Mendoza Hughes, great job out front. Taylor, I mean, hey, crazy things have happened.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Dylan's dad is his spotter, and Taylor's spotter is his wife, so family affair here on both sides. But you wonder if Dylan's dad is telling him, like, hey, we don't know if Taylor's 100%, so maybe tread lightly, because I gotta assume there's gonna be an advantage here for Dylan Hughes after that first run in this battle. Initiating there, you can see the throttle, the dials there down to that bottom left-hand corner on throttle, and obviously you can see the G's being implemented there on the windshield of the vehicles, and boom, right there, accel, decel, taps the brake lights a little bit, cutting through the smoke. Dylan Hughes doing exactly what he needs to do. Get through the course, don't make contact, don't do anything crazy, and this is going to go the way of Dylan Hughes.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really large mistake there from Taylor Hall, and very independent. Really wasn't near Dylan,
Yep.
and I'm very curious as to what happened there, because obviously on the rest of the run everything looked fine.
Yeah, so let's make quick work there. Dylan the Dozer Hughes gets the victory. Our final four: Adam LZ, Odi Bakchis.
This is cold.
Here we go. Odi Bakchis will lead. Here we go. Coming out of that start chicane. Here comes Odi in the lead, and there it is again, taking that wide line approach, just dropping in, good sweeping of the leg. Adam LZ, some corrections there in the chase position. Odi Bakchis, you can see he buries it into that second outside zone, that big 180-degree turn, past an inside clip. We talked about that dang inside clip. And Adam LZ fails to get into that last outside zone about halfway through, drops it in, but Bakchis, he's on a heater.
Yeah, definitely not perfect. I thought I saw a mistake there from Odie. We're going to see if we can catch it here. So he leaves the first outside zone a little bit. Adam does a good job of the chase there for that section. When Odie here through the second, Adam starts to try and hunt things in and starts to push just a little bit too much and a little bit too late. Now as they transition out, you hope Adam could dive a little bit more. Odie gets back on the throttle and starts to walk away a little bit. So yeah, actually, Odie does have a really, really good lead run there. Other than the first outside zone, could have held on for a touch longer, but that's about it. Whereas Adam is kind of playing the makeup game there throughout it. You know, he is fighting to try and get into the correct spots. What we're looking for is for them to transition. When they come out of that transition, they're exactly where they need to be. There's no movement needed. They basically just look like they're mirroring each other.
Yep.
So.
Yep. All right, well, look at this. We got all hands on deck on James Dean. I don't know what's going on here, that back right corner.
It might be some adjustments, might be some tactical things going on there. Dial in some more grip.
Okay, well, yeah, he's not in a competition timeout. That's definitely just getting him to the car. Like you said, some refinement. Here we go, Adam LZ. He's gonna go like hell. Watch this. Adam LZ, big handbrake pull. You see that? And Bakchis is not phased at all. Oh, buddy, Odie drops into the side of Adam LZ. And look at, he's grinding him. He's getting down. He's getting down. Adam LZ takes out that inside clip, a darn inside clip. But here goes Bakchis. I mean, just absolutely marinated in smoke like a brisket. Brisket Bakchis.
Oh, yes. Please make that his nickname. Oh, I've never been so sure of something.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, so Adam, I mean, very aggressive. Very, very aggressive off the kick there. That initiation, like I said, is what won him the event last year. Odie looks like he was anticipating it. Chokes up just a touch there from Adam. Odie, masterclass on how to adjust the car. And now, filling that zone, does get the proximity that we're asking for, but also mirroring the line, mirroring the angle. Odie is on one. He is absolutely on one today. He is doing everything. He is putting the entire textbook into how to chase today. Leads the car a little bit, transitions out, dives through the smoke, now gets in. Look at that, perfectly parallel. And he's just, he's just mirroring him all the way down. Gives him a little touch, just to remind him, Odie Brisket Bakchis. And as they come through the third outside zone.
You want that snow to
so
come
bad.
through.
Oh, man.
Brisket. Smoked brisket.
Risking it for the brisket, baby.
Smoked brisket Bakchis. And he's vegetarian.
I know it won't happen.
I know.
Oh, man.
Oh, we got a coilover out, kids.
That is.
Ooh.
Alrighty.
All right, buying him some more time here. The BC Racing side by side.
So yeah, you can see how much more angle Adam's got to that first outside zone. Now as we transition back out, let's take a look there. Both the leads look pretty good, but Odie definitely has a bunch more proximity through that section. So come through the inside clip, both of them look good. Odie could have been a little bit deeper through that inside clip. We know Adam got all of it. But yeah, LZ, yeah, you know what? Now that we put the side-by-side, this looks a little bit tighter than I originally anticipated. I mean, that's the thing. These side-by-sides can make things easier or way harder.
Shout out to PBK, paint job there for Adam LZ, another fellow Canadian for you. What do you think, people? All right, not everybody get excited at one time. Okay, everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. You're on the camera. Take a look. Look at the baby. Look at the baby. Jumping in the closet like it's a magic show. All right, here we go. Slide him left for Odie. Slide him right for Adam L. One more time. One more time. There. Let's see these battle bots right here. We're talking about the Ford Mustang and the BMW. James the Machine Dean initiates. Let's see if that suspension change helps him out or if it's going to hurt him. Dylan Hughes is really confident putting JD on the trailer. Look at this. We're seeing James Dean filling all that second outside zone. Dylan Hughes with some great proximity. Needs to drop that back end and swing thing into the back of that Mustang into that final outside zone. And there you go. So James Dean and Dylan Hughes.
Yeah, great run from both of them. I mean, Dylan's definitely on one tonight. I mean, he's got things dialed in. He's figuring out what this car needs to do. So James Dean just touches the wall there on initiation, fills all the first outside zone. Now Dylan Hughes in the chase. Look at this. This is great. I mean, starts to worm his way up. A little wiggle for proximity, but mirrors absolutely perfectly. James Dean, good transition, dives back in. Wow, Dylan Hughes.
Yeah.
Could have
that angle. That angle is just really, again, it's really showcasing on how well Dylan did.
Yeah, it's just an expert class. Like when you see a driver in the groove like this, when they get in the zone, the flow state, whatever you want to call it, you get this phenomenal driving.
Wow.
And James Dean looks super steady and allows Dylan to take some risks and really push the envelope to understand, you know, I can do this, I can get away with that. And
oh, look at that sketch.
hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I definitely couldn't do that.
For the win. Okay. The AutoZone Ford Mustang, James Dean chasing down the Permatex, getting bucked up. Let's see what you got here. Dylan the Dozer Hughes says he's going to pack up JD on that trailer. Ford Star wheels go round. GT Radials surrounding him into that second outside zone. James Dean, look at that. Now he gets close. He says, all right, I got you, bro. Look at that, grinding in. You can see him right there. It's a right-hand drive. He bucks him out of the way. Oh, Dylan Hughes drops a little bit of a tire there. Again, that contact was made, so take that into consideration.
Can hear the RTR boys over in the spotters booth dancing around, doing a little Irish jig over there. They're pumped. They're excited. James Dean just putting on a clinic. I mean, there's a reason why he was the back-to-back-to-back champion. And, you know, it took him a little bit to get acclimatized to this Mustang, but he is there. This is phenomenal. So, Dylan Hughes, good initiation, gets out nice and wide. James Dean starts to cut the angle a little bit now, starts to push things to get in there. And we see these little Irish kisses on the door, that Permatex BMW, and it's right here where Dylan Hughes goes one, not quite two, but it does scrub a ton of angle out. So that one mistake from Dylan Hughes, that one slip up, that, you know, just really less than a foot.
How do you take into consideration the contact, though? I'm not saying, you know, he didn't go off under his own power, but watch this. Just play devil's advocate.
No.
You know, put his.
That's fair. I mean, did James Dean push him out? I don't think so. I think we're all good at that point. I mean, it's close. It's really close.
I'm just saying, even prior to that, when he was grinding on him and throwing him off, maybe that, you know,
that's a solid point.
Yeah, food for thought.
No, I like it. I mean, we know at many tracks that something could happen, and a turn and a half, 2 turns later, it could have a huge difference.
Well, boom, there it is. James Dean gets the victory. Would love to get you guys on the headset. Did it come there? I love the Seattle crowd. Absolutely, the throwdown. All right, Jacob, the plot thickens, brother.
Ooh-wee,
Odie Box. Ooh-wee, Rick. Look at this.
Okay, so upon further investigation, Odie Bakchis should have been on throttle sooner. No smoke, no smoke, no smoke. Now he has smoke basically at the point of contact. Adam was pushing off, was going wide, but Odie should have been on throttle far before the time he did. So we're gonna at this point set shared fault in this incident, which does mean that both drivers, based on the rule book, would receive an incomplete for the run. That is the rules with basically this setup. So I do have Vernon on the headset to explain this a little bit further, but essentially Odie didn't get on throttle when he should have, and Adam was waiting for him to do that, and that might have been that. I mean, that is part of the reason why Adam blew off track. So Vernon, you want to jump on, elaborate, and have a little conversation about this?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah, it sounds about right what you said. We did see that Adam was a little bit on the wrong trajectory when he was making the entry.
Right.
So there is a possibility that he would go off course either way, but we're not really sure if he could, when he goes on throttle, if he could dial it back in again. And he didn't get the opportunity from Odie because he didn't go on throttle until very late into zone 1.
Okay, so Adam's cooking, definitely going a little too fast, but he was waiting for Odie to light off.
Yeah.
Odie didn't do it in the correct time.
Exactly.
And that did help cause part of the incident.
That's it, and that's why it's a shared fault.
Okay, so now what this is going to come down to.
It's come down to this battle.
Yeah,
it's
it.
this. So basically, now this is it. This is it. Michael McDonald called.
Yeah.
This is it. All right. So LZ will now lead, and his wheel shattered. It was crazy. It was chaotic. But now, this is it. Like Michael McDonald says, Adam LZ, Odie Bakchis, who's going to the finals against James Dean? Can LZ go back to back?
Oh.
How climatic was that?
Oh, man.
Who's it? No.
Insert dramatic music here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to elaborate on winning this, essentially, they're going to look at obviously the lead and the chase here, but whoever has a better version of that part of the run.
Right.
So lead is very important, but chase is also very important. So,
Chase, you could just flex and break the wrist. Again, it's over the top, baby.
yeah, it is going to be wild, that's for sure. There's a lot of tension here.
A lot of tension here. And we are about to see, again, the second half. James Dean waits in the wings, just boiling. Yeah, and you know, you think also championship points wise, Odie, he needs this. You know, James is already in it, so he needs this win. Adam LZ would love to play disruptor. Not to do a whole season, but he won here last year. He could do it. Adam LZ out front. The Drift HQ, Breezy, BMW into that first outside zone. Odie Bakchis kind of dives in on the inside. You see him transitioning now. Adam LZ, he's very familiar with this. Adam LZ bunches him, pushes him, bullies him out of the way. And past that inside clip now into that last outside zone. Big angle, Adam LZ goes into the dirt. Chaos ensues. Okay, there is a lot going on here, a lot to unpack. Wow. Not leaving, I mean, this is crazy, man. Dust, dirt, thumbs up.
I love it, though.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah,
like
thumbs up. Yeah.
Insert Rambo meme.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you did it.
Yeah, absolutely wild. Oh, man. Okay, let's take a look. Let's break this down. So, Adam out front. Very smooth initiation. Odie almost overcooks it there. That was almost it for Odie. He does miss that zone. Does get in a little bit late there. Now, Adam does a good job there. Odie with a little boop, little nudge. To come to the inside clip. Adam avoids it this time. Now, look, gets on throttle and just overcooks, and that's it. That's all it comes down to. It's crazy. There's so much pressure on these drivers, and these tiny, tiny little mistakes manifest themselves in these situations.
He shot off of it. He came out of there. And again, watch this rub. See it bang.
I do love it, though. I love seeing angry Odie.
Yeah.
It's great. I mean, he's very cool, calm, and collected, but I've seen some in-car, and that is not the same person inside that vehicle. But
side by side.
Yeah, man.
It's not that clean cut yet. Not that dirty cut. Because that got aggressive.
There was a lot of contact throughout that run. So let's see, was there any contact from Odie onto Adam that may have caused that incident? So we see a bit of a tap there. Adam still playing with the wheel a bit. And then Adam transitions here and just, there's a lot of momentum.
Yep.
And Odie, there was no contact there from Odie. The only thing I can think of, I mean, Adam did take a bit of a hit there in the beginning. Did that maybe mess up something? It's really hard to say. I mean, these cars do make a lot of contact. We're at that level now.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, but like you said, just keep on keeping on. You gotta take that hit. But here we go. Slide him left for Odie Bakchis, right for Adam LZ, and Odie Bakchis is going to the finals. And Adam LZ will get that third place position. LZ gets third. Dylan Hughes just outside due to position. Dylan 11th, Adam LZ 8th. Lead, Odie Bakchis giving chase. Who's getting the win? Last year's Adam LZ made it to the Final Four, but he got knocked out. Dylan Dozer Hughes got knocked out by James Dean. All right, James Machine Dean initiates into that first outside zone. Feeling all that Odie Bakchis turns in. Want to see that overhead shot. Look at that, pulling that front left tire off the ground in that second outside zone. Odie Bakchis bobs and weaves like a boxer in a boxing match. Here we go past that front inside clip into that final outside zone. James Dean dives in. He got the win in Long Beach. Is he gonna get again here in New Jersey against Odie Bakchis? Jacob, saw your little head nod there, like you heard a wrong tone, like you're a dog. What's going on?
Yeah, just taking a look at the dynamics of the RTR cars right here in transition. And like you see a bit of a checkup there from James Dean, but Odie anticipates it and does a great job to it. I was just a little concerned things were going to get a little bit wonky, but both these drivers are top-tier chase drivers, so they're able to anticipate and see exactly what's going to happen. That's what we see here. I mean, it's going to be tough. I mean, we might be here all night the way these guys are driving. I mean, Odie does not fill all of outside zone 1, but the rest of this run, both of them dialed in completely. James Dean filling all the zones. Odie right there the entire time. It's so close to call. This is why I'm not a judge. It's nights like this that is why I'll never be a judge.
Gonna be a cool night. All right, here we go. Let's alternate the order. Odie Bakchis will lead. James Dean giving chase. If you want to put the lights up again, download the app while you're at it. FD Unlocked. Find out all the information, in-car footage. We got it all. Send it! Odie Bakchis, James the Machine Dean. Who's coming out on top? James across the nose of that Ford Mustang RTR. Odie Bakchis, look at that. James Dean airs it out. Big, massive, sweeping entries in that first outside zone. Look at the telemetry there. You can see they're on throttle, going past and inside. inside to the front clip. Let's see, they are eyes on the prize right now in that final outside zone. James Dean dives in on the inside. He then massages the back end of that Mustang. The field suspension S&T crosses the finish line. Where you at, E-Town? Who gets the win? James Dean, Odie Bakchis, or give you what you want one more time?
Man, Odie is just pulling out more things. Like, I don't know where he keeps all these secrets, because like he's just pushing and doing all these crazy things. Look at the intensity of him.
Dude.
I mean, taking his breath out. I mean, it is so difficult, so physically demanding to hold these cars. But look at how long he holds it. Back on throttle. James Dean pushing wide. Odie learning from the mistakes of the past, able to get back on throttle when he needs to be, but almost shaking off James Dean, who now has to drive as hard as he possibly can to get back in the battle. They transition out, going to outside zone 3. Odie could have been a little bit deeper, but James Dean right there on him, putting some RTR on that field logo. This is so great. There we go. Look at that. Odie
Ready to rip.
oh, just back on throttle super hard, and James Dean kind of gets caught. You know, you've got to go back and take a look at those notes, know when Odie's lighting off, and James Dean does a good job, but doesn't anticipate perfectly. So we do see a couple of very, very small mistakes from James Dean here, but we also saw a couple of small mistakes from Odie previously.
Oh,
this is
boy.
real tight.
Oh boy, Adam LZ locked in for third. Adam LZ locked in for third again. Is it Odie? Where are my E-Town fans at? Make some noise. There's Lewis. Here's the BC Racing side-by-side. BC Racing official suspension of Formula Drift. The whiteboard says one more time. We'll see if that's true.
So we know both drivers have amazing lead runs. Let's see if we can see any differences in the chase. Odie in the chase there, able to reel in the distance while James overshoots a little bit through first outside zone, through the second outside zone. Pretty comparable, nothing really different. Odie was a little bit tighter than James, but not by much. And then through this section, James is a bit deeper in the lead. That's about it. That's the only differences I'm spotting here. And look at the intensity
Dude,
of Odie
race
Bakchis.
face right now.
Oh,
Chest
man.
pounding, looking in the cockpit. A lot of emotions just over the last few months for Odie, between popping the engine in a grand fashion, exploding it at Atlanta. You know, Simon Olsen, the loss of his family member. You know, just all of these things, emotions just. You know, you gotta think about, you know, and then James Dean on the other side of it. You know,
Yeah.
Long Beach, the car, you know, I mean, go back to Irwindale, breaking his collarbone, all that. So, all right.
You have a decision?
Do we have a decision? Do we have a decision? We have a decision, and it's not unanimous. We have a victor, and it's not unanimous. Let's bring them center stage. They'll be joined by Adam LZ as well. And again, not unanimous. What do you guys think? What an amazing event. Looking for Adam to join them out there on the track. See if he brings his car. Is he rolling out in a golf cart? Jacob, what are your thoughts, man, on this event? I mean, this whole weekend.
It's
you know, it's a long weekend. You know, we fly in Thursday, qualifying Friday, Saturday, or excuse me, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts are that drifting's never been in a better place.
I love that.
We've all these one more times. We have all these young guns coming up. We've got all these OGs who are still in the battles. This sport is growing to an exponential level, and I'm here for it. I'm here for the ride, man.
Yep. Yeah, you are, brother. Yeah, welcome to the pit. Welcome to the box. That's what I said when you got hired, man. All right, welcome to the jungle. There it is. Make some noise for them as they step outside of their vehicle. They're joined by Adam LZ. There's James the Machine Dean, Odie Bakchis, a lot of emotion, and again, it's not unanimous. Adam just jumping outside of his vehicle. Make some noise for him as he steps out of that BMW. He won here last year, just a bit outside. Dylan Hughes also just outside of podium spot. Again, 1 and 2 in the championship. Who's coming out on top, talking about what unfolded. All right, let's officially announce our podium. Third place here at round 4, the Formula Drift Pro Championship, Drift HQ. Breezies are gonna be popping. Sally's Pizza's going down the throat. Make some noise for Adam LZ. Third place here at round 4, the Formula Drift Pro Championship. And now, your winner here at round 4, Type S, the Gauntlet, presented by AutoZone. Your winner at round 4 at E-Town is James the Machine Dean gets the win. James Dean, your points leader, gets the win. That means second place goes to Odi Bakchis. Odi Bakchis gets second. Again, not unanimous. 2 for James and a 1 more time. Again, not unanimous. 2 James Dean, 1 more time. And with that, James gets the win. Odi Bakchis second. And then third place goes to Adam LZ. All right, Lorette Nickel, fancy pants down there. You can't miss her down there. She's gonna be down there. I know. Oh, all right. So it seems that, all right, Lorette, fancy pants. Talk about fancy pants. Get that microphone tall up there to our winner, James Dean, our current points leader. Lorette.
James, congratulations. You are the only driver so far with a win and 2 other podiums, and you continue that streak, but this was not an easy one.
This was a challenging event. Honestly, to be totally honest, I didn't feel 100% comfortable for many of the runs tonight. Between me and myself, just struggling a bit with fatigue, and also a couple of issues with the car, but the team had my back all the way, got us back on track every single time. I don't know how they keep doing it. It's unbelievable. The whole energy inside this team is amazing. Second win this year. I'm so proud. The battle with Odi was, I was happy with my lead. In the chase, it was a bit sketchy. I got kind of caught out on initiation. So it wasn't as close as I wanted it to be, but yeah, I didn't know what way that was going to go. So very happy to have it. And yeah, what a year so far.
Congratulations, James Dean with his second win. And Odi Bakchis over here. Odi, it was a difficult weekend, a lot of work that you put in. What do you have to say?
Well, I got to say thanks for the team. I mean, it's been a roller coaster this whole season for our team, and they just stick by my side and just get it done. And I couldn't do it without them, and not just their hard work, but their enthusiasm about it keeps me enthused about this, and it keeps me just keeps me going. So thank you so much to my team, and thank you GT Radial for giving us such a freaking sticky tire. Like, we were not having problems with grip whatsoever, and on a tight course like this that's technical, you know, you usually chase it. So yeah, amazing overall, stoked, and we've got some work to do for next round, but getting those points.
Odi Bakchis, congratulations on second, and now making our way over to Adam LZ, who finishes third, and an incredible night that he had. And Adam, I wanted to get your thoughts on the shared fault call with Odi Bakchis.
You know, my phone service wasn't really working that great, so I didn't really even know what happened. I didn't know what they deemed for fault. More than anything, I wanted to really have a good, clean run for the final battle. I feel like I didn't get that, so I'm bummed, but I'm stoked to see those guys on the podium, and I'm stoked to share it with them.
Adam, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, your podium for round number 4 here in New Jersey. Congratulations to James Dean, Odi Bakchis in second, and Adam LZ in third.
Thank you so much, Lorette Nickel, and of course, congratulations to Adam LZ, Odi Bakchis, and your winner 2 times this season, and your current points leader, James the Machine Dean, in his AutoZone NGK Mustang RTR Spec 5 FD. Let's give out some trophies. Let's go to Sneaky Pete's. Let's party. Thank you so much to E-Town. What an event, and there it is. Here's a look at our top 10. So Odi slides up to second. Aasbo surpasses Olsen. Again, going out early. Ken Gushi up in 5th. Brandon Sorensen, Minowa, Field, Adam LZ in 9th, and Dylan the Dozer Hughes in 10th. There we are, Chris Forsberg just outside, RCP, Shanahan in 13th. Wow. All right, well, let's keep the party going. Thank you so much to the Nat Boys. Thank you to our staff. Of course, Vernon, Brian, Reese, Chris Yule, Ryan Sage, everybody, thank you so much to the hardworking team. Download the FD app, unlocked. Find all the info, all the content, and we'll see you in St. Louis for round 5 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. On behalf of Lorette Nickel, Jacob Gens, I'm Jared Dienda. Send it, and we'll see you online, or we'll see you another time. Formula Drift Nation, it's been an absolute honor. What a damn good event.